So he was like, can you read it again for me? But she's real sassy. Like, I was like, oh, hell yeah. You just want me to be myself. Great. Because, you know, I was getting in trouble all my life for being too sassy. Like, shut up. Watch your mouth.
Right.
So now I can do it. So I do it. I read it again. I read it sassy. And they call me that night and offering me a part in the play. It's going to tour the country. They're going to pay me $400 a week. They cover our travel.
Nice.
But the blessing is Paul Roach did turn me into the weirdo actor because he traveled the whole time with us doing that play. The name of the play was Telling It Like It Is.
Okay.
It was David E. Talbert's first show. And Paul Roach started teaching us the craft of acting.
Right, nice.
Like introducing me to Stanislavski and Uta
So you got
Hagen,
an
like
acting
all
class
the
while
theater
you were acting.
on tour.
That's beautiful.
While I was getting paid. I got like a
now.
master class
Shout out to him.
every day.
Beautiful.
He changed my life, and I fell in love with acting, and I've never done anything else since.
Okay. So, with that being said, you became a good actress, a thespian. And then Friday came. Okay, what the? Okay. Okay, so that was a little different than la 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 la.
No, it's pretty much the same thing that our play was. Our stage play was Friday on stage.
Well, was that the only in that movie? Friday, you get the part you got. Did you audition for any other part in the movie?
I
do
did.
that.
So I had an audition for the part that Nia was playing.
Okay, Leah, I can see that.
And so it was the first time that I was like going through this process because I went in, auditioned for the casting director, got the call back, went in again, read for, maybe it was Gary, F. Gary Gray, who was the director. And then I got another call back. And this time I was meeting with Gary and Q and the guy. So I'm the only one there this time, right? The other times it was like, you know, other girls there.
Right.
This time, my third time going in, it's just me. And they're in the room, and I can hear Cube, I can hear Gary, they're in there laughing and stuff. And I'm just waiting to go in to meet. I'm like, oh my God. And as I'm waiting.
Right, your turn. Right.
Nia Long walks in the door and goes right in.
You knew? Did you? Was she?
She was famous.
I
I was a fan.
Okay, my bad.
I was like, oh shit,
Right,
that's
sure.
fucking Nia Long.
Sure. Like, let me get my shit and go.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So she goes in, she's
Right.
laughing, talking, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck am I doing here?
Right.
And so then that's when I go in there like, yeah, we're going to give the part to Nia, but if you want, you can do this part. And I was like, yeah, of course, because it was my first movie. I was like, yes, I'm doing it.
Did this happen to you? When I first came to Hollywood back in the early 90s, I saw a breakdown of a role. Light skin, curly hair, comedic, funny, but that's me. That's
Right.
Me. I walk in and see 8 me's and shit. What the fuck? Everybody look like me in this bitch. I'm like, oh shit, I thought y'all wanted me. You know what I'm saying? I got intimidated, like, hold on, everybody. And then people in there laughing their ass out, and then they walk out and say, all right, you're next. You're like, I hope I can be as funny as this last dude that just left me.
No, doesn't it suck when you have to sit right outside and hear other people's auditions? And what, I'm like, I think that's so unfair.
They open the door and be like, okay, now you can come.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. We're going to call you. You're next.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
I know.
And then look, when you get done, they're like, you can just leave your shit right there. Like this
Yeah,
right
leave the material, please.
Right. And your headshot and all this shit. No, you take your headshots with you and shit. So, no. Did you, this is a stupid question, but whatever. Did you think it was going to be that large of a movie? Or was one thing you just did
I didn't.
Yeah.
So when we did the movie, it was my first movie. It was hella fun to me. I had so much fun. Made great friends. Me and Regina King became really good friends on that movie. And I didn't think it wasn't, brain surgery. It was a simple ass movie that was really goofy and silly and stupid and ghetto. And I was like, oh, that was fun.
Right.
And then I remember going to the movie premiere. And it was my first time. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to him. It was at Mann's Chinese Theater in Hollywood. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to a movie theater. I was like, so I just felt like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm sitting in a theater. And It's
Right.
a small part. There's no special treatment. It's like I find a seat wherever I can find a seat. There's
She
nothing.
real. She real with it. She talking the real.
Right, there's no
Right,
seats
right.
taped off for
Right,
me
right,
or
nothing,
nothing.
right.
Nobody's trying to escort me
Right,
anywhere.
right,
Nope,
right.
I'm just gonna find a seat
Right.
over here.
Right. Sure.
Okay. And in the theater and watching the movie, and people were fucking cracking up. I was like, oh my God, this is a good movie.
Okay. Yeah.
But I still had no idea when it came out it was gonna be such a
You know, being a comedian at the time, you know, well, still, but being a comic, going up against everyone else, me and Chris Tucker, all of us trying to go against.
Yeah.
I remember the after party. It was somewhere in Hollywood, the after party, and people were coming in there, and they were like, "Man, Chris Tucker about to blow up, you know. Chris Tucker about to blow up." And they telling me that, I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Right,
Fuck him.
right,
Shit, you know,
right.
I'm trying to get the same thing.
Right.
But everyone kept telling me, Chris Tucker about to blow. Chris Tucker about to blow. And Chris Tucker blew, you know.
Yeah,
But yeah, after that,
yeah.
at the premiere party, I didn't get to go to the premiere, but I went to the premiere party, you know, and it was crazy. Then, and look, I looked at your resume. We can't talk about everything. We ain't got a 3-hour show, okay, no 4-hour show. So I got to move some things along.
Okay.
I'm also jealous of this. I've known these guys, but I've never had a chance to work with them. The Wayans brothers. I mean, they do my kind of humor. The most over the top, ignorant shit.
I love
I
them.
love. Yeah, I
and
love.
they're so fucking nice.
Yeah. They really are. They're really good
They
folks, man.
really are such great people.
Right.
I loved working with them.
You went overboard. Not overboard, but you went to the level they needed to be. And
That's what Keenan wanted. It was so weird. Okay, I have to tell the story about how, because we are talking about
drinking gin and juice, in the hood, and
that.
and you acting foolish and
Yes.
a little drink,
In
little
the
sip,
mail
sip.
truck, yes.
Bring her a little drink, y'all, because she act a little fool when you get a little drink. Somebody bring her some drink.
So this is funny.
Okay.
So I get a call. Hey, they're auditioning. Keenan is auditioning girls for this part for a movie they're filming. Get down to the set and go audition for him. What is it? What's the part? Just get down there.
Mm-hmm.
So we go down, and they're actually filming. They're in production. They're filming the movie.
Okay.
So we go down on set, and we go to Keenan's trailer, and there's like maybe 4 or 5 chairs sitting outside his trailer. And so I sit in one, and there's other girls there as well auditioning. And so we're sitting outside his trailer, and we go in, and they give us the material before we go in. We're sitting out there. They give us the material, and I'm reading it, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, this is crazy.
Yeah.
How do we do this in an audition? So I'm just thinking, I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna do this? And we're in his small ass trailer.
Right.
We're going into his trailer to do this audition. So I go in, and I'm like, okay, if you're going, you just go for it.
Right.
And I think I kind of blacked out. Like literally, I'm just in his trailer. I'm on the floor in his trailer. He's sitting in a chair, and I'm just going crazy for this audition, right?
Right.
And they tell me to wait. They see all the girls, and they come out and tell me, we need to take you to wardrobe. You got the part. And I'm like, right now?
What?
Heck yeah. Went to wardrobe, makeup, went and shot that scene.
No, ma'am. No,
right
ma'am.
there, that day.
What-
Crazy.
Let me ask you, what gave you the nerve to go that wild in an audition? Rent was due? Shit, your stomach growling?
Rent is always due.
Right. Was that what it was?
I mean, because that's
a
it's
wild
literally
scene. Did you do that same
artists?
Did you do the same audition that you did for the movie? In
Yeah.
audition, you did the same wildness and jumping.
Yeah,
and,
just more. Yeah, I'm sure it was pressed more in the actual scene.
Right.
Because Marlon was,
Right.
I had somebody to play off of.
Right.
I mean, imagine doing that scene for an audition.
That's what I'm saying.
And he's just sitting in the chair just reading. He's not, there's no contact or anything.
Right.
So it's just me.
Right. Giving it your all.
Yeah, painting the picture as
Beautiful.
best I can.
If you like that clip, hit the subscribe button or the notification bell. In fact, why don't you hit both of them?